Okay, y'all, this is I.S.U.P.K. Hawaii under Commander General Yahanna. One of the questions that I got earlier in the week was concerning the fallen angels, I guess, doctrine that's taught, in Christianity in most little faith Hebrew Israelite groups. So we'll be going over the proper breakdown of that, all right? So let's see. We're going to start off in Genesis. We'll go to Genesis 6 and 1, all right? Again, that's Genesis 6 and 1. Will, can you read that for me?
It's going to take me a second to get set up here.
All right, that's no sweat. But while he's getting that, the whole deal concerning the fallen angels doctrine in Christianity is because, well, they believe that angels disobeyed the Most High. I don't even know what else they probably, teach concerning that. Except the fact that angels came down, slept with, humans or something, and they followed Satan. There was a big falling out or whatever. Satan tricked, some of the angels and caused them to war against the Most High. None of which is actually found in the book, by the way, okay? Now, the only angels that did disobey the Most High is the children of Israel, okay? So we'll go ahead and get into that, all right? Hey, Will, you got it?
You said it was Genesis. What book was it now?
Genesis 6 and 1.
6 and 1. Okay, yeah, I'm ready. Okay, here. 6 verses 1, Genesis. And it came to pass when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men that were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose.
All right, stop right
and
there.
The Lord said,
All right, stop right there. All right. One thing we have to realize from this is when it says men began to multiply on the face of the earth and daughters were born into them, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men. All right, we have to understand one thing. The sons of God is actually talking about or concerning the people of Adam, okay? It's not talking about the angels. It's not talking about, it's not talking about those horny angels coming down and sleeping with, humans and making like superhumans or something like that or whatever. All right, keep reading.
Okay. Genesis chapter 6, verses 3. And the Lord, Salakia, chapter 6, verses 2, that the sons of God saw the daughters of men that were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose. And the Lord said, my spirit shall not always strive with man, for that he also is flesh, yet his days shall be 120 years. Verse 4, there were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them. The same became mighty men, which were of old, men of renown.
All right, stop right there.
Verse 5. All
right, stop right there.
5.
Okay, going back to the whole sons of God thing. Hold your place right there, and we're going to go to Luke 3. You don't have to write this down, but, it'll actually be in the link itself. But Luke 3, and let's say 38. Luke 3 and 38. This is going into the lineage of Christ, okay? And one thing we have to realize from this is in Luke 3 and 38, it says, which was the son of Enos, which was the son of Seth, which was the son of Adam, which is the son of God. All right. So right here we see that Adam is the son of God. All right. So in this sense, the people of Adam are the children of God or the sons of God. All right. So I'm gonna use an example. If I start a company and I say this is Titus Company or whatever. My slave name Titus, and I give this company to my children. All right, and they give their children. You know, this company just keeps going down the line. Okay, people are going to refer to them as like, and only people. I'm going to say it like this. And only my children and their children's children can only take over this company. Okay. So of course, whenever people see this company and with the policy that I got into place, they're going to be like, okay, those are the children of Titus. Okay. Adam being the first man in this truth, he wasn't the only man in the world, but he was the first man in this truth. And because he was chosen by God, he is called the Son of God. Everybody after Adam are children of God. The precept would be Psalms 82, 6 and 7. Okay. Again, that's Psalms 82, verse 6. We'll read 7 as well. And it reads, I have said, ye are gods. All of you are children of the Most High. And notice verse 7. It says, but ye shall die like men and fall like one of the princes. Meaning this, even though we're children of God, we can still die just like everybody else, just like the men, okay? So even though it calls us gods or children of gods, okay, we will still die like men, okay? And this is the perfect, or this is the excellent precept to Genesis 6, where it talks about the sons of God, meaning the children of Adam, or the people of Adam, and they're taking on wives of men or the rest of the world. All right. So now we're going to go back to Genesis 6. Read verse
Genesis 6.
Yeah, read verse 4 again. Read verse 4 again.
Verse 4. Verse 4, Genesis chapter 6. There were giants in the earth in those days, and also after that, when the sons of God came in unto the daughters of men, and they bare children to them. The same became mighty men, which were of old men of renown. And God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was only evil continually.
All right, stop right there.
And
stop right there. All right. So it says there were giants in the earth in those days. All right. And this is one thing about Christianity. They for some reason don't read. All right. It says there were giants in the earth in those days. Of course, they're going to think, these angel human hybrids created, giant superhumans or some shit like that. All right. And notice it says, and also after that, when the sons of God came into the daughters of men, meaning there was giants already before these sons of God came into the daughters of men. So who are these giants before? All right. These giants are your mighty men, your rulers, your leaders, like your kings, etc. Okay. So of course, just relating it to, terms of today, let's say you have a job, for example, and you need to, you're trying to request something. Okay. You have a job and you want to request something. You ask one of your, supervisors or something. Your supervisor may say, hey, that's not up to me. You need to ask the big man in charge. This could be a short person or a tall person or whatever. It don't matter. But as long as he's in charge, we always say, hey, that's the big guy in charge. Same concept. Okay. And notice it also says in verse 5, it says, and God saw the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and that every imagination in the earth was, in fact, it talks about the wickedness and the imagination of the man was evil continually. Okay, so it never addresses the fact that so-called angels slept with humans. Okay, it never addresses or say that, all right, what the angels did was wrong, thus causing the flood. But the reason for the flood was because of all wickedness, or the wickedness of the people then. Okay. Let's see. Somebody had a question concerning, was there people, or proving that people was also in the earth with Adam. Okay, and that's too easy. We'll go ahead and stop and do that right quick, just for a split second. Go to Genesis 1 and 26. Again, that's Genesis 1 and 26. This is just to show that there's other people, or there was other people created along with, you know, Adam, or in the earth in those days, not just Adam. All right. So again, that's Genesis 1 and 26. Will, can you read that for me?
That was Galatians. I'm sorry, it's just having
no, you're fine.
I'm having a hard time.
Genesis 1 and 26. But
1 and 26 is Genesis. Okay.
Yeah.
1 and 26 of Genesis. Slovakia. Okay, Genesis 1, chapter 26. And God said, let us make man in our image, after our likeness, and let them have dominion over the fish of the sea, and over the fowl of the air, and over the cattle, and over all the earth, and over every creeping thing that creepeth upon the earth.
Verse 27.
So God created man in his own image, and in the image of God created he him. Male and female created he them.
All right, stop right there.
And God.
Stop right there. Okay. So let's let you know that male and female was created. And this happened in the 6th day. All right. People like to say, oh, well, Adam was made first, and then God put Adam to sleep or something, literally took a rib out and created Eve with him. But right here in Genesis 1, it says male and female created he them. All right. So this is mankind being created in the 6th day. Brian, are you there?
Yes.
Bryant. But all right, while we're waiting on him, we have mankind being created on the 6th day, okay? Both male and female, not Adam and then Eve or whatever. So check this out. Genesis 2 and 1, it says, thus the heavens and the earth were finished, and all the hosts of them. And on the 7th day, so this is letting you know that this 7th day preceded or came after, you know, the creation of mankind on the 6th day. And it's letting you know also that everything was finished. All right. But if you jump down to, let's see. Slovakia. If you jump down, you'll see that the Most High made Adam right here, or you see a creation of Adam, all right? Or you see Adam being made from the dust of the earth, all right? But already in Genesis 1, it says that mankind was already created. But here it says Adam, all right? So we're going to jump to verse 7. And it reads, and the Lord God formed man of the dust of the ground and breathed into his nostrils the breath of life, and man became a living soul. All right. So if everything was already finished and all the host of them, then what's going on here? All right. So it lets you already know that, all right, everything was done in verse 1. So what's going on here is Adam being given the law, statutes, commandments. All right. That's that. And of course, you read on, you actually see that, all right, you'll start seeing or coming across, you know, a lot of factors that does not make sense with the Christian church. For example, they believe that, all right, since Eve was the only woman there, that, all right, there's a possibility that Cain had sex with his mom or something like that, or they had other sisters or something that's not, mentioned, and everything was started, out of incest, which makes no sense. But when Cain killed his brother and he was driven out of the land, he said, "But if I go, they'll kill me." Now you have to now you have to realize, like, who's going to kill him, and how is he able to take a wife in a land that was already named? All right. So for some reason, Christianity would just stop right there, or they look at this book as, one big fairy tale or something like that. Also, that serpent was also like the first clue, as in there was other people, because the serpent was a man. All right. So now we're going to go back to Genesis 6. So, of course, Genesis 6, I'm going to go back to verse 5. And it says, "And God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth." Now, notice it says the wickedness of man or men. Say man? Yeah, it says man. It didn't say the wickedness of the angels and the fact that they supposedly slept with, humans. And, evil things started happening afterwards or anything of that nature. All right. But it's talking about of man or mankind. All right. So now let's go to Isaiah 14. Again, that's Isaiah chapter 14. And we'll start at verse 3. And it reads, "And it shall come to pass in the day that the Lord shall give thee rest from thy sorrow, and from thy fear, and from the hard bondage wherein thou wast made to serve, that thou shalt take up this proverb against the king of Babylon, and say, How hath the oppressor ceased? The golden city ceased." So already this is the chapter that they like to use as concerning Lucifer falling from falling from heaven, being a fallen angel, and I don't know. I guess this is the whole ordeal concerning that particular doctrine or something right there. All right. But notice at the beginning of this chapter, it's talking about taking up a proverb against the king of Babylon, not against no angel or anything of that nature. But this is the king of Babylon in his nation. All right. And it reads, "The Lord hath broken the staff of wickedness and the scepter of the rulers. He who smote the people in wrath with a continual stroke, he that ruled the nation in anger is persecuted, and none hindereth. The whole earth is at rest and is quiet. They break forth into the singing. Yea, the fir trees rejoice at thee, and the cedars of Lebanon, saying, Since thou art laid down, no filler is come up against us. Hell from beneath is moved for thee to meet thee at thy coming. It stirreth up the dead for thee, even all the chief ones in the earth. They have raised up the kings, Salaki, they have raised up from their thrones all the kings of the nations. They all shall speak and say unto thee," now listen to this. It says, "Art thou become weak as we, and art thou become like unto us?" I'm going to jump to verse 12. "How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations?" For some reason, I believe Christianity, or they teach that this angel or this evil angel is gonna, for some reason, take over the kingdoms of the earth and rule it from there, whatever. But this is clearly talking about this man in his kingdom. Okay, he had such a mighty nation. He was already, exalted, so on and so forth. This is a powerful nation. But seeing someone so powerful become weak and become just as the people, to where they're going to be like, this is the man that weakened the nations, Verse 13, it says, "For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven, and will exalt my throne above the stars of God. I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation in the sides of the north. I will sit above the heights of the clouds. I will be like the Most High. So this is the white man right now. Okay. If you look into everything that he's trying to do, how he's trying to actually rule the world, how he actually went to the moon, how he's trying to set his nest above the clouds. All right. This is that great dragon that's mentioned in Revelations. So understanding the concepts of this Old Testament, you're going to understand the New Testament easy. Okay. So again, look at everything that he's trying to do when it comes to, all right, creating life or cloning. Look at how he's trying to get into space. Even in Revelation, where it talks about this angel who's called, or he's called by this angel whose Greek tongue is Apollyon. Look at all his space shuttles and how they're all called, Apollo this or Apollo that, so on and so forth. And he's of the this bottomless pit, which is mentioned in Revelation, meaning his ways knows no limits. All right, there's no limits to what he's trying to do. Okay, he's failing at cloning, as far as trying to master his space flight, so on and so forth. Okay, let me see. But if you actually look into, in fact, get one of these Christians to actually describe Satan for you, all right, they're going to say that, all right, he's some red man with horns or whatever. He's destroying the earth, how he caused destruction everywhere he goes. But they don't know that they're actually describing the so-called white man. And D.L. Hughley made a joke about this in one of his interviews. And he said, what are you going to be more afraid of? Some Muslim guy reading his Quran or a pissed off white dude who just got laid off? Whenever white people become mad or whatever, guess what? They do turn red. And look at what happened after the Dark Ages going into the Renaissance or Reconstruction era. Okay? What did he do? He learned language. He learned mathematics. He learned how to, grow his food. He learned all this from our people, from the blacks who was actually ruling during the Dark Ages. All right. And what did he do afterwards? He took them over. And ever since then, he's been causing destruction everywhere he's gone. Nobody can show me anywhere in history where the white man has actually done any good in the world. Since they've taken over Europe, Spain, Germany, came over here to the Americas, hell, even came right here to Hawaii and everything. They've done nothing but destroyed the land, polluted the air, and slaughtered everyone in their path that opposed them. Okay? He's the ruler of this world right now. Okay? This is the white man. This is the devil. This is why we call them the devil. Okay? Now, what people have to also understand is context. All right? Because you actually have, because even Peter was called, Satan in the New Testament, but that's only not in that sense or whatever. But when he was called Satan, it's also let you know that people can be referred to as Satan and as devils. Hence, Israel can be called, or other people can be called, angels. All right. So people have to understand context. I'm gonna give you a good example. Let me see. Let's go to Job. The book of Job, and let's go to chapter 1. Again, that's Job 1, and we'll start at, let me see, verse 6. Again, that's Job 1 and 6. And it reads, now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan came also among them. So you have angels coming to present themselves or give a report to the Most High. All right. And Satan was also among them. So Christianity, I have to keep jumping on Christianity because they've actually polluted the understanding of this book. They really have. So with Satan being among them lets you know that, all right, he's an angel as well. All right, he works for the Most High. Christianity likes to say that, all right, there's this, ongoing battle between, God and the devil or whatever. Or they like to say that the devil is equal to the Most High except evil or something like that. All right. So let's actually see what this has to say. Verse 7, it says, and the Lord said unto Satan, whence comest thou? And Satan answered the Lord and said, from going to and fro in the earth, and from walking up and down it. And the Lord said unto Satan, hast thou considered my servant Job, that there is none like him in the earth, a perfect and upright man, one that feareth God and escheweth evil. So Satan is literally telling the Most High what his job is. Because you have different angels, you have different spirits, created for different things. And of course, I can't just say it, I got to be able to prove it. All right. So hold your place right there, and we're going to go to Ecclesiasticus in the Apocrypha, verse 39 and 28. Again, that's Ecclesiasticus, verse 39 and 28. And it reads, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. So this is letting you know that there's spirit, not just, angels that's created, for good, but there's some that's actually created for vengeance as well. Everyone serves a purpose. Nowhere in this book did it say any of the heavenly hosts ever disobeyed God. All right. Yes, they are sons of God as well, but no angel has ever disobeyed the Most High God. Okay. So still holding your place right there in Job, let's go to Psalms 78 and 49. Again, that's Psalms 78 and verse 49. And it reads, he cast upon them the fierceness of his anger, wrath, and indignation, and trouble by sending evil angels among them. So I thought, evil angels disobeyed the Most High. No, these evil angels work for the Most High. Okay. Same thing with Satan. Satan is an angel that obeys orders. Okay. So for some reason, Christians like to say, oh, Satan is the only, evil thing going on in this world or whatever, and he opposes the Most High. No one opposes the Most High. All right. This is why he is called the Most High. All right. He is over everyone. Well, he's the Most High power. Okay. Everything does not happen without his approval, without his permission. Here's proof. Again, we're still holding our place right here in Job. But we're going to go to Isaiah 45 and 7. Again, that's Isaiah chapter 45, verse 7. And it reads, I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. So this is letting you know that Christians like to say, oh, God is only good all the time. No evil can come from him. All right. But whenever people do that, they're actually putting the Most High into a box. And when they say that, they're actually saying that he's limited in what he can do, because if he's only good, he can only do good. You're actually putting the Most High in a box, actually saying what he can and can't do. But whenever he got the children of Israel out of Egypt, I didn't read anywhere where it said Satan sent an angel of death and was killing, the firstborn of those Egyptians. No, the Most High did all that. The Most High gives the order, and these angels carried it out. Okay. No angel ever disobeyed the Most High. The only angels that did disobey the Most High is the children of Israel. So whenever you see where it says those angels, their first estate, that is talking about us. Proof, we're not in our original land. All right. So now let's go back to Job 1 and 6. Salaki, not 6, but verse 9. And it reads, then Satan answered the Lord and said, doeth Job fear God for naught, meaning for nothing? Has not thou made a hedge about him and about his house and about all that he hath on every side? Thou hast blessed the work of his hands, and the substance is increased in the land. So what Satan is doing right now is saying that you put a barrier around Job. Satan is not saying anything wrong here. He's saying, all right, I'm already, going up and down to and fro on earth. I'm doing my job. I'm doing what I was created to do. But you have this barrier and this protection around Job to where I can't even touch him. So this is also a huge cut to the Christian church, because this is showing you that Satan has limitations. This is showing you that Satan is not doing anything without the Most High's approval, his permission. Again, Satan has permission. He doesn't have authority unless it's from the Most High. Okay? He knows not to cross the Most High. If the Most High put a hedge or a barrier around Job, Satan knows better. All right? Let's see. Verse 11. It says, but put forth thine hand now and touch all that he hath, and he will curse thee to thy face. I mean, when he said, put forth thy hand now, as in, give me the word. Give me the word right now, and I'll go ahead and do everything within my power to make sure that, he cursed you to your face or whatever. He's saying, all right, I'm good at my job. I know what to do. Okay. I know exactly. Well, he's saying, I know if I do this, or I know if, such and such does this or whatever, they're going to, curse you to your face or whatever. Satan is very good at his job. And so notice what Satan is doing is he's getting permission. He's also stating his limitations to the Most High. He answers to the Most High. So does all of these angels. All right. So we've already read where there's evil angels and evil spirits. All right. And we're showing you that he's called, that God is called the Most High God for a reason, or the Most High power for a reason, because he's over them. Okay. Let's see. Verse 12. And the Lord said unto Satan, behold, all that he hath is in thy power, only upon himself put not forth thine hand. So Satan went forth from the presence of the Lord. So this also, in fact, this one story cuts everything concerning Christianity and the whole concept of Satan, because the Most High said, do what you can, do what you want, just don't touch his life. And Satan went forth to do his job. The Most High took away that barrier. Satan was free to do exactly what he was created to do, which is follow instructions and tempt us. Okay. And notice it says, all right, when it says don't touch his life or whatever, Satan indeed obeyed that order. Satan could have just went out and killed him or whatever if he actually opposes God. But guess what? He didn't. All right, which further lets you know that Satan has limitations. Satan is limited to what the Most High says do. Okay, so the only people, or the only ones that actually disobeyed the Most High is the children of Israel. Okay, no angel throughout this book has ever disobeyed the Most High. Because if you're saying that they disobeyed the Most High, then it's also saying that he's not the Most High. And also saying that, all right, in the end it's going to be, God versus Satan or whatever. that really makes no sense. Because just with the snap of the fingers, he can actually destroy these angels, destroy us. Look at, everything that he's actually done throughout this book. Okay. Also, I want to say it's in Matthew, where it says you can't serve two masters. And notice the comparison that it actually gives. It didn't say God and Satan as those two masters, but it says God and mammon, which is, money or riches of this world. Okay? So either you're lust for this world, or you're going to serve the Most High and his law, statutes, commandments. Okay? So let's see. Did you have any questions up? or any of the icons that's on this call now? All right. And with that, that's going to actually do it for our class today. So again, do not forget the Passover, Co-op City, the Bronx, New York. And I have to, stress that, the price went down from $150 to $100. All Israel is expected to be there, okay? Last year, we actually had, a great, excellent turnout. The building was packed. We had I met the brothers from the UK. There was a sister or two that came actually all the way from Israel, just throughout, United States. And of course, I.S.U.P.K. Hawaii is going to be in the building. So it was a glorious event. Y'all actually have to make it there, all right? So again, the Passover, make sure you're there. Pay your tithes as well. If anyone has any questions whatsoever throughout the week, do not hesitate to, text I.S.U.P.K. Hawaii or go to the website or text any of the numbers, in a city near you. I.S.U.P.K. Hawaii, the number is 312-241-2161. All right. And with that, we're going to actually say Shalom, Yahweh Hashem, Yahweh Shabbarakatah.